I gotta get out. Got to get out of here. Got to get out. Got to get out. Got to get out. Gotta get out of here. I got to get out. I feel it here inside of me. But you know what just occurred to me, baby? The things ain't what it used to be. And this time, I just keep on walking. And I won't stop, no. I just can't waste time talking. Gotta save my soul. Gotta get out of here. Yeah, it's the last thing I do. Got to get through to you. Got to get out. Come on, got to get out. Got to get out. Gotta get out of here. Got to see what's out there for me. I'm just a nomad. Come on. And where I go is where I be. Come on. I can't help but follow my own beat. Yeah. Come on. And all just I know I gotta be out of here. I just keep wanting more. There's gotta be a better place. I gotta get out of here. So you can't hold me back no more. Got to get out. 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 Got to get out of here. I gotta get out. Yeah. Come on, got to get out of here. You can't hold me back no. Got to get out. Come on, got to get out. Got to get out. Gotta get out of here. Got to see what's out there for me. Tired of doing what we're told and getting bored of how we used to. Just give me something, please show me something alright. As I'm scared of getting old, and I'm more tired than I'm used to. Just give me something, please show me something alright. I forget that I'm down with you guys around. Cause everyone knows love's better with love than being alone. Consider yourself the motive for finding a way to right my wrongs. Catch a locomotive or hit the highway and just move on. Cause it's so fun, no one's upset. We sit on my trunk and watch the sunset. Consider yourself the motive for living my life the way I want. crazy. We're chasing sunsets, living each day like the last day of our lives. And I know this is what we want, 'cause this is what we do. Free to tell our lies while discovering our truth. I forget that I'm down with you guys around, 'cause everyone knows life's better with love than being alone. Consider yourself promoted for finding a way to right my runs. Catch a locomotive or hit the highway, just no run, 'cause it's so fun and no one's upset. We sit on my trunk and watch the sunset. Consider yourself promoted, living my life the way I want.
This is Chris. He plays EAFC on PlayStation tournaments, winning FC points, cash prizes, and even a few exclusive experiences easily. But how? On his PS5, Chris launched EAFC, found PlayStation tournaments, and registered. It's that easy. New tournaments daily. Win avatars, FC points, and more. Compete, win, and claim your prizes today on PlayStation tournaments.
PlayStation.
EAFC is truly a global game. And the stars of the Americas, Africa, and Saudi Arabia put it all on the line to earn their spots in Riyadh. In New York, the EMLS Cup Finals decided the two North American qualifiers.
Palonetto will qualify for the FC Pro World Championships.
With their spots secured, Atlanta United's Palonetto and New York Red Bulls Gibados took to the stage. In an intense back-and-forth match,
Pele, what a chance it is for Palonetto to find the back of the net!
Neto ultimately prevailed 5-4 to win the EMLS Cup title. In Argentina's official E-Liga Profesional, Faku Cohen representing Argentina's juniors stormed the bracket. He beat Talleres' Lautaro Carletti in a grueling 3-game final to lift the championship and claim his World Cup slot. Meanwhile, at the CONMEBOL E Libertadores event in Sao Paulo, Latin America's best competed for 2 World Cup berths. In the end, Tuzzy Esports Brazilian duo Fonseca and Rampazzo finished 3rd and 4th, thus earning the 2 available CONMEBOL spots. In Morocco's Ibatola, a club championship by Maghreb Atletico Tetuan set up a clash of teammates. Fakar defeated Brahim Jr. in a best-of-5 and claimed Morocco's ticket on the road to Riyadh.
وإلى الرد أوصلت الكرة والتسديد والجول. Goal!
Last but not least, the pride of Saudi Arabia will be defended by another ESPL 2025 finalist, Is Goatman. Each of these players will now represent their region and aim to raise the trophy as world champion.
Level up your gaming experience with over 8 billion playlists, only on Spotify, the official audio streaming partner for the 2025 Esports World Cup.
Welcome to the Road to Esports World Cup, where Europe's best EAFC players have battled through their national leagues for a shot at global glory. Strap in as we journey across Europe to recap these hype moments, all leading to the ultimate showdown in Riyadh. Manchester City's dynamic duo, Tex and Matthias, made history in the E-Premier League. In the grand final against Brighton, a defensive mistake in extra time opened the door, and Matthias slammed it shut with a clutch finish. They powered City to its 3rd EPL title, a first for any club, with Tex becoming the league's first 3-time champion. Under the historic ceiling of Amsterdam's Rijksmuseum, Gio Bundy lifted the trophy in one of the most epic venues ever used for an FC final. He held his nerve in the final against breakout star Christopher, who has stunned multiple favourites along the way. Both Dutchmen locked in their Esports World Cup spots and put the EWC back on the map. Spain's qualifiers brought fireworks. Nicolas 99 FC, repping Sevilla, battled his way to a €60,000 grand final and earned his World Cup slot with ice-cold composure. Meanwhile, Emre Yilmaz playing for Real Sociedad dominated the E-Champions League. In the grand final, he kept Anders at bay and became the first ever two-time winner of the E-Champions League. Germany gave us two storylines in one. Levi Finn, after years of heartbreak, finally triumphed, defeating world champion Anders Vergang in a grand final for the ages. The venue erupted as Levi secured his redemption arc. And let's not forget Johnny, the young prodigy who crossed that same final 1 year earlier with an 8-1 demolition. Two elite talents, two different eras, one common goal in Riyadh. In a packed Parisian theatre, Fuma and Bryce battled in the most dramatic final of the season. Down 3-1 in a best-of-7, Fuma and his teammate mounted a legendary reverse sweep, capping it with a goal in the 88th minute of Game 7. 5 straight E-League earned titles for Fuma, a French icon. But Bryce, undefeated until that very game, showed he's next in line. Both are headed to the Esports World Cup. At the Napoli Comic-Con, veteran Danny Pitbull clashed with 17-year-old Samu Gamer in a true generational final, and the kid did it. Samu Gamer stunned Italy's most decorated pro to claim the crown, but both are headed for the World Cup. It was a passing of the torch moment that had the crowd on their feet. Now, all roads lead to Riyadh. These champions have conquered their countries, but the ultimate battle lies ahead. Rivalries reignite, legends clash, and an FC world champion will rise.
When it's midnight, keeping it tight. If it wanna go to war, it can get dark, but we stay bright. Coming like a night, it's on sight. Ever touch my sleeve? It's around there, wanna disagree when it's clear that I'm speaking facts. Man like me, you know I'm proactive. Never gonna stop till I see the big man's on flats.
Hop on the front door, it's like midnight. Don't lose your grip, cause you might fall out again. Off-white whip, need for speed. I'm not switching the lane. Pick up the pace. Bro like that, and we're back to the base.
Back to the base. Back to the base. How I can never act. Been trying to stack up racks on racks. Boys in the back wearing all black, staying on track. Better show you gun, and that's on me. Out here getting this beef. If you work for the devil, better retreat. Coming too icy, come too clean. Could never move shady, ain't no fiend.
Shotgun, London, what's the outcome? You know, I'm a madman. Just can't stick to the program. Raise up the heat, keeping the tension. Shifting the gear to a different dimension. Red light, speed up, take off. Hop on the front door, it's like midnight. Don't lose your grip, cause you might fall out again. Off-white whip, need for speed. I'm not switching the lane. Pick up the pace. What? Throw like that, and we're back to the base.
Shari, what are you doing? Why are you napping on the job? We have a show to go to.
What? I didn't know what happened.
What happened?
What happened?
I don't know what happened, but we have to go. It is day 2 group stage. We gotta go. Come on.
What? Okay.
32 players in the world.
Fighting for the right to sit on the throne on top of FC. I cannot believe what I have just seen.
This means so much more than you think.
We could be watching something special here.
It's all come down to this one. Your FC Pro World Champion.
Hello and welcome to day 2 of the FC Pro World Championships. We're at the Esports World Cup. We're in Riyadh and we are in the search of our last 16. 8 players made it through yesterday. 8 more out of 16 will make it into the last 16. I will be your host, FG, and I'm joined by Mr. Gravison. And you might notice we've got 2 very special guests on the sofa to kick things off. Manchester City Esports coach Edu and Zach Moore, who's representing Stingray. Now, first things first, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Me and Gravison have got to come to you first, Zach, because we've been wondering about a certain thing we saw in yesterday's action between your player Stingray and Abu Maka.
How was it on stage over there? Like, of course we did see the cameras and everything, but didn't we see some things that happened there, and we don't know how's the full story?
I think before the tournament, Sting was pretty much saying Abu Maka's overrated. So I think maybe before the tournament, Abu Maka was maybe thinking that in his mind, and also there's a rivalry between Twisted and Falcons. It was just huge in Saudi. So, and I think also Sting was giving it a bit when he equalised for 4-4. And obviously with the crowd, the crowd was fantastic. But I think probably emotions just got the better of probably both players.
I mean, listen, it's an emotional event, and we've seen a lot of emotion from you, Edu, as well, in the Manchester City side of things. I remember the E-Premier League. There were moments where you were celebrating a lot. Emotion gets the better of you, but as a coach, how important is it to try and keep your player with his emotions in check? Because Zach did try it as well with Stingray as well.
Yeah, I think FC, it's a game has the mental factor, so it's really important to be composed and understand the moments in which you need to be higher and lower.
My question for you would be, Edu, of course, Tex has won pretty much everything in FC. So you know Tex plays the game a certain way, but maybe your way to play the perfect FC is different. So how do you approach Tex game in which you say maybe, I don't know, I think he does this really well, I would change this, but maybe this is something that needs to be changed 100%. So how do you approach the things that you want to tell Tex?
First, I think he's a special talent. He does stuff that no one else does. And yeah, I think there's some things in the game that you need to do. Otherwise, you'll struggle to win some games. But yeah, I think it's finding the balance and also agreeing with him on what's the stuff that he thinks he really needs, what can be improved to get better at the game.
Funnily enough, Zach was smiling there because Zach has also been a coach with Tex at one point in his career. You're with Stingray now, and you seem to have a really, really good relationship. How do you see today going for you?
I'm pretty sure if we win the first game and Sting comes out hot the first 20 minutes, I'm confident we'll win both games today in the last 16 also against Johnny. But first and foremost, DullenMIKE is playing really good right now, so got to win that one first.
Do you think it's a different preparation to the game against Dullen than the ones against Johnny, or do you think it's fairly similar?
I think it's different because Dullen's playing 4-4-2 and Johnny's playing 4-5-1, where Johnny will play more for through balls, so maybe you might have to tinker with the depth or maybe play a different formation if we need to, because it's 2 different play styles.
How much, as coaches, I'll come to you now, how much preparation do you do before an event? Because there'll be people watching at home, probably me included as well, that don't really necessarily give you the respect you deserve, because this is something you prepare for all year round, competitions like this.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the player. There are players that like to get in a lot of information. There are others that don't like to have that much. So yeah, I think it's important to know a bit what the other player is going to do, because it gives you an extra percent and it helps you to win the game, in my opinion. But yeah, it really depends on the player and how they like it.
I wanted to ask you about coaches, first Edu and then Zach, because I feel like both of you are really recognized coaches in the scene. And of course we have Nightwatch as well and many other coaches. But do you feel like there is one specific coach which might not be known to the whole scene, but he's really good at his job?
Yeah, I really have one in mind, and I think that's Faku's Cohen coach, Follow. He's Argentinian, and he's really, really good, and I think he's under the radar. But yeah, it would be him if I had to say one.
You, Zach?
I'd probably go for Coach Kaku at Tuzzy. I think people maybe underrate him, or maybe because he hasn't worked with maybe the top players, but I think he's always done a good job and hardworking.
Wow, I mean, that's a great question, by the way, Grav. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Now, of course, it's not just the individuals that are important here at the Esports World Cup in Riyadh. There's also the club championships. Let's head over and explain how things work.
This is the Esports World Cup Club Championship, the ultimate cross-game competition that will crown the best esports club in the world. Let's break down how it works. Clubs will be able to compete at the Esports World Cup and as many titles as they can qualify for. The clubs will then earn points based on their placement in each title. To qualify for the club championship, a club will need a top 8 placement in at least 2 competitions. But to win the championship, a club must place first in at least 1 competition. At the end of the Esports World Cup, the 24 clubs with the highest number of points will earn a share of the $27 million, with the winner taking home a staggering $7 million. And of course, the title of the best esports club in the world. Who will rise above and write their place in history? Watch it all here at the Esports World Cup.
Wow, you heard that right. £7 million to be won by the best esports team in the world. You might have noticed we've done a quick substitution. A very warm welcome to our very own Rich. Day 2, how are we feeling?
Yeah, feeling really good. After hearing the coaches there, both Edu and Zach, Tex and Stingray is going to be the final. I'm full of confidence for them too.
Listen, it's going to be an absolutely sensational day of action. Let's stick on the club championship for now then, and let's talk through the prizes, because we just saw in the explainer $7 million for rank 1. Grav, I'm looking at the rest of the figures on here. I'd take 24th place, mate.
I mean, I'll take 17th as well. It's just so much money, really. I mean, could you imagine what $7 million does to an esports club? That's too much money.
It rejuvenates, it reignites an entire club, and that's how you get the points. 1,000 points for winning a game. It's potentially going to be huge when we do get to those rankings and those leaderboards, because it's so tight at the top.
It is extremely tight at the top. I mean, Team Falcons as well, they are in the lead, and you might recognise that name in the FC community, even more so than the fact that they represent Abumaka already a huge name, especially here, but they have recently just announced they will be signing Anders Vergang. Imagine getting him and then getting your hands on 7 million extra.
Wow, I mean, I do think Abumaka has a great chance to really score many points for his team, for Team Falcons, but of course Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's all on Team Liquid for me. If things go their way today, there's a good chance they will have 4 players in the last 16. A quarter of the competition, as we go into the last 16, could be Team Liquid. 25%, that's a quarter.
That is a quarter. That's quick maths as well from Mr. Richard Buckley. Listen, we cannot continue without going back to yesterday's action. These are the Kidia top plays from yesterday. I mean, we had a day which was full of action. It had absolutely everything as we look at these clips. Grav, what was your favourite moment?
For me, it had to be that Bryce Fuma game. I mean, those penalties were amazing, but not only that, the things that happened backstage. I mean, that Abumaka Stingray match, Rich, that was something else as well.
Yeah, it certainly was. Abumaka did come out on top in the end, but there was just great FC played all day. I think as the day went on, that first round I was a little bit worried because we saw some huge scorelines. At 10-2, we saw Emre Yilmaz win really comfortably as well. But as the day went on, especially when we got into those elimination matches and we started seeing keys being crushed, it got really tense in here.
Yeah, we will come back to the keys being crushed in a moment, but one thing we did see as well was the crowd absolutely incredible, and we are going to see today potential opportunities for redemption, and I'm talking in particular about one game that we can't help but focus on. Tex and Young will be facing off with one player having their key crushed.
Yeah, it was the SMB match of the day yesterday. We're going to have a brand new one for today. If I could pick it, it'd be the same again. We'd be running it back for day 2 because that game, Tech said it in the interview yesterday, I can't lose again. I'm not losing to the same person again. There's 5 rematches today out of the first round that we're going to see. 5 matches. I cannot wait.
And you can see the bracket on the screen right now. 8 players have made it to the round of 16 already, and we've got 16 players wanting to take their place. I mean, if you look at round 1 and you look at the top fixture, one man could be waiting for Guy Barros, and it's Anders Vergang.
Yes, of course. The side of the Group A is Anders Vergang against Fakar, and that, of course, Anders is the favorite. That could be a huge matchup against Guy Barros. But as well, we could potentially see on the lower part of the bracket, Jafonso against Obrun in round of 16.
Got a very, very quick hot take. I know we've got places to be and things to go to. I think Guy Barros, if Anders is that game, I think he beats him.
Oh, and we will be clipping that up and posting it everywhere on socials if it happens. Our very own Richard Buckley with his first prediction of the day. Now, we might mention the keys being crushed. Yesterday we saw Chris de Boer have his key crushed by his teammate. Well, we sent Casey over to the key wall to see some more.
Right, guys, I'm here at the key wall here for the EAFC. We have said goodbye to 8 competitors yesterday. As we can see, some of the keys are crushed. We said goodbye to some massive competitors in the competition. Matias Bonanno from Man City Esports, big shock here. As we look to the other side as well, PH Zin, we said goodbye to the Brazilian yesterday, and we will be saying goodbye to 8 more competitors later on today. Inevitably, though, we have to crown one champion, so we'll be saying goodbye to so many absolutely fantastic competitors. So we will see more of these keys crushed later today. Stick around.
There's so much more to think about when your key is on the wall crushed like that. That is honestly ruthless. Here are the top reactions from PlayStation tournaments from yesterday. There's so many. I'm surprised that the producers have managed to put something together so short.
There's a few that come to mind. Obviously, Anders with the monitor in there, Cecinha and Matias screaming. But for me, it has to be Danny Pitbull after qualifying. The roar, the Italian roar, we could say, when he stood up.
One right there.
Yeah. Maybe.
There were a few roars, weren't there? Also, shout out the crowd yesterday. Absolutely superb all throughout the day. Supporting Team Falcons, Twisted Minds. I even think there was about 40, 50 Johnny fans in there as well that were really, really behind him. So I can't wait to see what today brings. I mean, more elimination games, FG.
As these games get to elimination, the crowd play a huge part in it. We saw it yesterday. We saw AbuMaka essentially when he also comes out to the crowd and sings a song for 30 seconds before the game. If you need any motivation when you've got a support like that, you're in a lot of trouble.
I had the chance to speak to Seba Luoni, the Argentinian player, and also Edu yesterday after the matches ended. And Seba Luoni just told me, when you're playing against AbuMaka, you're playing against 1,000 persons. It's just like not only him, which is a crazy player, but the mental side of playing against so many people.
It's intimidating. It's very, very intimidating.
What do you think about Anders Vergang as well? I mean, we touched on it earlier on. He's now part of the tribe here in Saudi. The fans are going to take to him really well. He's a Falcons player. I mean, he's unstoppable without that, and he thrives on being against it. But having that crowd with him, he could be unstoppable.
I don't think he's unstoppable. And we saw him lose yesterday. We saw Obrun beat him on the main stage with the fan support. Anders Vergang is beatable. And I think all the other players in that bracket who are already through, everyone who won their group, will be looking at him thinking, all right, I've seen the tape. I know what to do. Let's have it.
Listen, we've got so much amazing FC to be played today. And I know how excited these guys are, but we've also got some lovely other casters who we're going to check in with right now.
What are you doing? It's supposed to be the goal of the day.
It's not goal of the day, Mo. We're talking about the games of the day, the SMP match of the day. We've got so many big games happening today. What's going to be your SMP match of the day?
You know, I like the Tex against Young match again because it's a rematch game. So I would choose the Anders against Fakar game. We had the game, it's also a revenge game for Fakar. It's a big game for him because when he beat Anders, he's a big man in this scene. And Anders, it's a must win for him.
All right, I'll agree with you on that. Our SMP game of the day will be Anders Vergang against Fakar in the rematch. Yesterday, Vergang scored 10 goals against the Moroccan. But let's see how it goes today. So many amazing matches coming up.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to the main stage. I'm here alongside Shells and Ryan Pessoa. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's Cohen here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be, of course, being amongst the crowd as well, getting ready for the first set of games today. And yeah, I can't wait to get started.
The players, well, some of them are already out behind us getting ready. Shells, what will be going through their minds right now?
There's a lot of different situations people are in. You got people having rematches, people playing paper for the first time, but it's about controlling the controllables at this stage. And the players are here, I think they got nothing to lose. They know this is one very important game to keep their dreams alive in this tournament. So I think they're just waiting to get started.
How exciting was yesterday, though, Ryan? Day one, incredible stuff.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and I feel like the start sort of set the tempo. Anders 10-2 win in that first game, and then losing to Oberon. But then, of course, Shells mentioned a rematch against Fakar, which I think, having that sort of little break between that, obviously that happened yesterday, today's a new day, I think that benefits Fakar a little bit, in my opinion, because it honestly can't really get much worse than what happened yesterday.
I mean, Ryan took the words out of my mouth. It literally can't get worse. And I mean, for Anders, he'll be going into that game kind of expecting to win anyways, but I'm sure Anders thinks that no matter who he's playing against. But Fakar, well, there's no point. Anyone can beat anyone, so he will be going to this game with good expectations.
And of course, this is a must win. So we could see Anders Vergang out, Ryan. What a shock that would be.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a huge shock, and it will be something that none of us would have expected coming into this tournament. For me, one of the favourites, not only to go the distance, but to win the whole thing. And I spoke to him earlier, and I think this is sort of a testament to how confident he is. He's already asking about the next game against Gibados, potentially. So he's not even seeing this as an obstacle where he could drop.
But what about then, Shells, you mentioned Vergang's loss to Oberon. I mean, I know that was a bit of a surprise, but Oberon is an incredible player himself, right? Anders obviously, you know, he got a bit heated in that one, got frustrated. He probably wouldn't have been expecting to lose that, would he?
I don't know. I think Anders actually finds Oberon as maybe his bogey opponent in a way. I guess people look at Anders and think he wins everything, but Oberon is no joke, of course, and especially Levy Finn in the group, who I was kind of had my eye out on. But Anders, I mean, he wants to win every game he plays in, but Oberon is a fantastic player, and there's no reason why he went 2-0 in the groups.
So the other game that will be taking place on this stage shortly is Young versus Tex. Another rematch, by the way. That was such a good game yesterday, Ryan.
Yeah, this one's a big one. And Tex spoke about how he felt like he deserved a bit more out of that first matchup. And Young, of course, is incredible. He's very emotional when it comes to these key moments. And he's got the experience of performing well on these stages. Last year as well, runner-up, he was unbelievable. And yeah, I honestly can't call this one. This is so difficult.
I mean, even for me, that Tex and Young game, I got a good eye on that because I'm a big fan of Tex and a good friend of him as well. And I want him to do his best, but I think it's not an ability issue with him. I think it's all about confidence and belief. But I know if he can play his game, he'll give Young a run for his money.
Because Ryan, Young was a finalist here at the Esports World Cup last year. So he probably would have expected to be going quite far this year too, wouldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And for him, he didn't start the season as he would have envisioned, but it just shows how strong of a mental fortitude he does have, because he bounced back, managed to win his domestic league as well and get himself in this position. And he's up against a Tex where, if we're basing it off history in the World Championships, Tex has not performed to the level that we know he's capable of achieving. And you mentioned it's nothing to do with ability, it's just sometimes just how the cookie crumbles a little bit. So maybe he might see it as an opportunity to sort of take another name down along the way. You remember last year, defeated Anders handsomely, so maybe he might see that as a way to show that he's one of the best players in the world as well.
And these are two incredibly experienced players. And like you just said, Ryan, they are both used to playing on this big stage, because you guys will know how tough it is to play in this sort of environment, especially with crowds like this.
I mean, yeah, if I was in a crowd against AbuMaka and stuff, I'll be shaking if the crowd is against me. So it kind of works in both ways, because sometimes it can feel that fire inside of you. But I mean, for you, Ryan, how was it playing in front of a crowd?
We played together.
It wasn't too good. It wasn't too great. But no, I think playing in front of a crowd makes everything 10 times better for both the spectators and for the players as well.
Okay, so how do you guys see these two opening games today going?
I'll let Ryan go first.
The thing is, the players are literally right behind us. I'm seeing Tex looking over them.
Right behind us.
I back Tex against Young. No disrespect to Young as well, but Tex good friend of mine. I always support him.
And in the Anders game, I feel like it's criminal to go against him. When he won 10-2, how can I say he's not going to win again against the same opponent? So
Underdog story though.
Potentially, I'm against an underdog story. I'd love that, but I just think Anders has a bit too much.
All right, thanks guys. Well, like I said, we have big games coming up on this stage. But first, let's have a look at some of the action from day one.
Welcome to the Esports World Cup. It's the FC Pro World Championships.
Can Bryce find a way back in?
O'Brien! We can't take our eyes off this game!
You don't want to face me because I can study you better than you can.
This for me is the group of death. This is the best group.
أنت لا تريد مواجهتي لأن الجمهور راح ياكلك.
Oh, chance, Abubakar is not out of this one yet. Scores! Abubakar!
Yeah, that's Johnny.
Oh, come on, take a bow. Oh, come on! That has to be one of the most creative goals we've seen today.
You don't want to face me because are we going to have a problem on both ends of the field?
Insane goal from Tex. Round of applause.
You don't want to face me because you know my history.
Chance here, cuts it across the box. Lovely extra pass, and Chafonzo retakes the lead here in this match.
Oh, really nice attack.
Danny Pitbull.
The feeling is good, but the tournament starts now.
Welcome back to the FC Pro 25 World Championship. Today, it's do or die for so many players playing on this stage. It all comes down to these 8 matches, 8 spots left in the round of 16. Win and you punch your ticket right into the knockout stage. Lose and you leave the tournament in front of the whole world as your key shatters across this stage. Yesterday gave us upsets, dramas, and matches so close that they went all the way to penalties. It's do or die to these players that's playing on stage right now, and there is no time to breathe. As soon as we're done with the group deciders, we're jumping right into the round of 16. There is so much on the line and the stakes could not be any higher. So casters, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Fancy. And yes, welcome back to day 2 of 4 of this year's FC Pro World Championships, which, as he rightly said just a second ago, this is where the competition really starts turning up a notch. We've got one more round of deciding rounds to work out who will be remaining in the competition, as 8 players will be eliminated. There'll just be 16 left as we move forward into the round of 16. By the end of play tonight, in the late evening here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, there'll just be 8 players that remain, with 2 days of quarterfinals and knockouts in front of us. Brandon Smith and Mo Albert guiding you through our first round of fixtures. Mo, you've been into a World Championship before. 2019, you won the whole competition in London, $250,000. How does each day look for you? You're going through, you've survived the group stage to a degree for some of the players, but for others, it's unfinished business.
Yeah, it's some different mindset for the players. The player who comes from the winner bracket, he lost his last game, so he's not that confident like the player who won the last match. So it's a little bit different. We have an exciting game between Fakar and Anders, because normally like Fakar has the advantage because he won the last game coming like with a win, but he lost against Anders 10-2 in the first game of the World Cup. So I think it's really hard.
Welcome back to day 2. Today, we are starting out with a bang. We have Stingray facing DullenMIKE, FC Pro World Championship, Esports World Cup. I'm Mike LaBelle. Vibes immaculate. I'm really looking forward to this matchup in particular. In my opinion, Group D was really the group of death, or ended up being the group of death. You had Abamaka. We saw the energy yesterday on display. It really pushed him over, of course, beating Stingray in penalties, which is how he got to this point. And then DullenMIKE lost to Abamaka at the beginning, and a bit of a blowout game, so to speak, 9-4. But then he was able to eliminate PHN. First opportunity for Stingray, not able to convert. And both these competitors, very familiar with their games. They're students of the FC scene. They've been around for quite some time. DullenMIKE jumping onto the scene as one of the youngest competitors, youngest winners. When you want to date back to the Foot Champ Cups, throwing it all the way back to FIFA 19 and kind of throwing back some of the history books. And I would consider both these guys streaky players, as you see Dolan on the attack. So if they get it going, if they get moving, anything can happen. A lot of free flow, big mistake. Keeper should grab that from Buffon. You could see a tale of two halves. It could be very one-sided. It can go in any different direction, which is something that I love. And this is an elimination game. Winner will go through, lock their place for the bracket. Loser goes home or is going to watch the rest of the matches. And it's a big loss in many ways, from contract perspective, a financial gain, end of the year, end of the tournament, the biggest event of the year, the grand finale. On the edge of the box, Mbappe not able to break through. You heard from some of the coaching staff as well. If you heard Zach's speaking about Stingray and prepping for this game, Eusebio on a break. Stingray early, got to be a goal, surely a finish. Rapido Ferdinand, and we've seen him up front doing his thing. I don't know if you're going to love that celebration if you're DullenMIKE. One thing that I can almost guarantee as we watch this back, it's going to come down to those big moments, opportunities. There's going to be a lot of goals. This is almost 2 route 1. Pretty easy for Stingray. Eusebio, early cross, touch it home for Ferdinand. Professional finish. What you would expect. And again, to recap this group, Abamaka, DullenMIKE, PHN, Stingray. We talk about multiple champions within one group. And it has gone all over the place. Close matches, penalty kicks, early exits. Someone had to go home early. In this case, it was PHN. You might not have bet on that as someone who's been on the world stage multiple occasions and came out victorious. Seen him in 1v1s, 2v2s. Success across multiple titles. Always think back to the E Libertadores as well when you're looking at some of the South American talent. DullenMIKE into space. Mbappe will not be caught. Pulls it back. Maybe a little bit hesitant. Would have liked to have that back. A bit of a route 1 approach on the counter from Stingray. DullenMIKE qualifying for this event via the play-ins. Going 7-0. Extra dominant. Builds some of that confidence. Big break again. Eusebio out wide, cuts in. Long-range finesse shot. We have not seen those attempted. Was not time green. The competitors have done such a good job of moving goalkeepers, and just as the game has progressed in the patches, the finesses don't seem to be nearly as high efficiency or high percentage, at least from distance, at the competitive or the pro level. You kind of want to work it in. We did see a few Trivellas go in yesterday from outside the box, but generally speaking, players are working it inside the box, shooting and finishing. What a layoff. Can Eusebio finish? Keeper off his line. Gets to it. Just barely. Sting would love to have that back. Tried to slide it under him. Near post. A little janky in the box. DullenMIKE goes for a route 1 clearance, a bit of a reset. First 15, 16 minutes been all Stingray. It's this Eusebio down the end line or down the sideline that's just been dominant, been a problem. Retains possession. Finds Elise. Elise to Ferdinand. Need a tackle. Have to have it. Saliba is there. Chesko just made the transfer. Manchester United man. Not going to be playing as a right back. Neto, always quick footwork. One of those players that we have nothing but superlatives and compliments around. Might not win the ball in the air for you, but the footwork, immaculate. Early player lock, Elise, now going the other direction. Yaya Toure, what an idea, what a cross. The ball roll again, early cross, a bit of a double tap. You don't see that used that frequently. I like the setup from Sting. It's been good tactically. And behind Stingray, you see Zach Moore, probably one of the most, if not the most decorated coaches. Another finesse shot, long distance. I'd say there's 3 or 4, maybe 5 coaches that have worked with multiple different talents and pro players and had success across multiple titles at constant high levels. Zach would be one of those coaches that really stands out within our community. Eusebio out wide, more of the same. Not catching him. Chesko's getting smoked. Back post is open. Georgie with the clearance. Nuno Mendes. If you're DullenMIKE, you might have to look into changing something. It seems like a rinse-wash repeat for Stingray in many ways on the attack. Big mistake, but well defended with Saliba. You see some of the manual player lock. Sting was looking to pull players out of position. Matuidi on the ball. Mbappe, close control. What a pick out, James. Can he finish? Not quite able. We talked about this yesterday with player selection and how you want to dictate the terms. James seems to be a little bit of a liability going forward. I just didn't see many goals. They weren't being converted. Not bad on the ball, but just that actual final finish, little progression. Eusebio, the man of the game. Trivela cross, early layoff, should have been a finish. If you're Stingray, you might be a little frustrated, and if you're DullenMIKE, you've got to start counting your blessings. Again, I'm thinking about changes here. On the defensive end, at least, it is too regular. It is too almost straight-lined on these counterattacks. Everything running through Eusebio on that left flank. James into space. Assessing. Top of the box. That's what you like to see, the drop-off. Early Trivela bounces back to Mbappe. Again, with the shot selection, maybe a little early, a little forced. Rio has some space to work with. To Eusebio. Well intercepted. Harry Kane, of course, the center mid option. So many different players and new players. Onside, Mbappe. Can he get to moving and grooving? Not quite. Vitinha on the ball. Again, another intricate midfielder. Always has the ability to have small drop-off. Speed burst from Eusebio. Early cross. Maybe the 3rd or 4th early cross that we've seen Stingray utilize. He did score with the opener. It's clearly a mainstay with the gameplay. Releases. Olise into space. Needs some help. Keeper off the line. Again, not doing enough. DullenMIKE hasn't had that fluidity that we're used to. I talk about him being a streaky player. Even the same with Stingray. Being able to get in these free flow, these moments of just instinctive goodness. Rio Ferdinand, body surrounded. Well defended from DullenMIKE. Can we see a counter? Ooh, dangerous challenge. Might have a callback. We do have an early pause queued from Stingray. So either something he doesn't like or maybe a change in personnel would be an early shift. If anything, I still stand by in my commentator position that if anyone should be maybe looking into a change, could be DullenMIKE. Hasn't really been able to have major breakthroughs, a couple long shot attempts. The bigger concern, if you're a DullenMIKE fan, is defensively. He's giving Stingray advantageous positions time and time again. Big takeaway. Yaya Toure, a lot of space for Sting. Able to find Olise. Good player lock. Extra pass. Eusebio. Can he finish? Oh, look at the fake shot. Wow. This should be 2-0. He might have done too much. A little extracurricular. Big takeaway in the midfield. Again, Olise. Looking for help. Finds help. Low driven. DullenMIKE, headphones out, having a discussion behind the scenes with his coach. That pause has been queued for at least 10 minutes of game time. And again, the way these competitors got here, as you see the replay, big mistake in the midfield. Olise being able to pick out Yaya. Good first touch. Sets it up. Can't move the goalkeeper quickly or quick enough. Stingray from the FC Pro Open earlier this year was able to solidify his position. DullenMIKE coming through the play-ins in Saudi, in Riyadh, just a few days prior, going undefeated, looking dominant. Could not have built bigger confidence or momentum coming into this competition. But unless he's able to change something, we won't be seeing him out of the group stage. And whoever wins between DullenMIKE and Stingray will go on to face Johnny, who is the winner from Group E. Elise, off kickoff, top of the box. This is the drop-off location. Harry Kane, good turn from James. James not able to finish. That has been the Achilles heel. That needs to be a goal. Wow. Big corner kick. Needed it. Had to have something. It's been against the run of play. Give DullenMIKE a little bit of hope, some prestige. We will see these goals constantly. It's just a quick game of positioning, matchups, time green on the header, slots it home, Big Georgie. Again, against the grain completely. We got vertical, we got hang time. I'm sure that man can dunk a basketball. No questions about it. No questions asked. Stingray will have a kickoff, and we have seen what type of threat these kickoffs have been constantly throughout the competition. And he's got enough time to work with. Remember, these are extended halves. If you're playing at home, you're going through foot champs. A little more time at the competitive level. Elise with optionality finds Yaya. Yaya looking for a 1-2. Can he force it through? He does a good job. Nice little ball roll, but it is well defended. It should be cleared from DullenMIKE, and it is, and that takes us to halftime. Again, if you're DullenMIKE here, you feel like you got a lifeline. You didn't play well. Definitely not your best FC. Objectively speaking, when he's talking to his team right now, only being down a goal, you might take that. Stingray, opposite type of scenario. He was dominant and had more of the offense, good defensive steps, the right positions constantly, missed a few finishes. Really looked to utilize and take advantage of early crosses, scored the initial goal off an early cross. But all things considered, could have had 4 or 5 goals in that first half, maybe wrapped it up. Not a lot of shifts as we go into the second half. It is a kickoff for DullenMIKE. A bit wasted with how dangerous those have been. And sometimes that's just a defensive positioning. A couple player locks. Elise finding Cantona. Final deflection, needed to have it. Again, this is playing to keep your chance of winning the competition alive. Mbappe takes off for DullenMIKE, a couple speed boosts. Bait and switch on the player lock. Try to lock Croqueta just to break things up. Long range effort. Wow, what an attempt. Cervella, maybe 32, 33 yards out. You don't see that frequently. It was time green as it needed to be. Keeper did not move. On a different day, in a different way, that could be hitting the back of the net. Yaya Toure. And the man to watch for Stingray has been actually the opposite side of the pitch. It's all been Eusebio. When Eusebio gets loosey-goosey out wide, he's winning that matchup against Shesko. Mbappe. Well found. Neto out wide. Got the burner, but not the physicality. Instant press or counter press. Big mistake from Stingray. Can James capitalize? Harry Kane, 1-2. You need someone at the top of the box. There it is. Does he get the drop off? Mbappe, early attempt. It's blocked. Nerves will start to sit in. Or maybe have already sat in. This is with a live audience. People in-house. Big matchup, big gameplay. Win and continue the dream, continue the season. Lose, go home. Also, big opportunity financially. Again, contracts. This all starts seeping into your headspace in the midst of a match. It's making the moment even bigger than it is. But who knows? It's not guaranteed you'll ever be here again. Build up. Deflected, finds Elise, Rio Ferdinand. Elise again, looking for layoffs. Harry Kane drops in, dangerous pass, out of the back. Player lock, in the air, well read from Nuno Mendes and DullenMIKE. Elise with a bit of a turn and burn. Still needs assistance. I think it's coming back for a foul as we approach the 60th minute. Likely to be a short free kick, indirect set piece. You see the 4-4-2 with Elise and Mbappe up front. James coming out. Not necessarily a shocker. We see plenty of competitors use Reece James in this wing option, another one of those shapeshifter additions. A lot of stat lines, but to me, just from watching and commentating and kind of reviewing a bunch of games, it seems like a liability. He seems like a liability because you don't get the same offensive influence. Not that razzle-dazzle, not the intricate particulars. Those moments of ingenuity are lost. The big finish missing in action. Reset to Neto. Next goal will be crucial. Carpenter on the pitch. I like her a lot. Do recommend that item if you're looking for some new pickups. We've seen her used as a super sub for multiple players throughout the tournament with plenty of success. Big interception, speaking of. Doesn't do anything with it. Cantona, Yaya, I think he's on. Elise with the release, has to be a goal. Has to be a finish, and it is. There's the Trivella, the animation you were looking for. Keeper off his line, no man zone. Sting doubles the lead. He's always been more likely in this affair. Well triggered, well set up. Here's the counter. Cantona, first time you see the run being triggered. So much space to work with. Doesn't matter who's chasing back. Saliba not going to be able to have a final stitch effort. Even with a slide tackle. Or going for something dangerous. I don't think you have a chance at the block. I don't even know if you're within distance to run up a late stage red card. Not that you'd want to. Still enough time for DullenMIKE. We've seen all sorts of comebacks throughout the competition. Great layoff. Elise, I think he's offsides. It's coming back. Either way, keeper had it covered. Tried to sneak it home on the near post with a low driven. For DullenMIKE, you got to look at maybe some more formation changes now, too. You're running out of time at some point. Carpenter, interception. Early player lock. Mbappe's got space, but you need support. Elise takes it early. Another post. Dolan can't be happy. That's two of those. Green time finishes on a different day. That goes in. Or at least one of them goes in. This time on the edge of the box. Talked about it, teased it. The finesse shots have not been dropping throughout the competition. Nuno Mendes going direct. Oh, what a finish. Maybe the first goal that I've seen from Nuno Mendes throughout any of the competition. He's been active in the attacks, but he hasn't been the mainstream crosser. He hasn't been in many positions to score goals, even as a main layoff guy, often more or less used for the defensive duties and being able to get it out of the back. This is route one, dominant left foot, cross the body, green time finish. If you don't step in front of him, you don't stop him, you don't goalkeeper movement, why not? Take a stab. Let her reach. Give it a rip. Full power. Beautiful item. All the stats you could ask for on paper. We just haven't seen him up the pitch for most of the competitors. He's a mandatory pickup with his 99s basically everywhere. If you can afford him, I'd recommend him. I think every competitor has him in the lineup that I've at least commentated on or for squads that we've seen. DullenMIKE, speaking of Nuno, on the ball. Well defended from Stingray. And now you start counting the clock. We did see a 3-goal comeback yesterday. Did have more time to work with. But Danny Pitbull was able to do it. That release is onside. Rio, tons of space. This should do it. Finesse. Keeper off the line. I don't like to call it early, but that might be a GG's. Handshakes and hugs. Stingray moving on. Zach at the top of the show, his coach, talked about it. said he should be able to get the job done. They've got a tactical setup for DullenMIKE, and they already have the next alignment prepped for Johnny, who would be the matchup as the Group E winner, and then coming through in second place from what I've kind of coined as the group of death with Group D. That would be your first bracket matchup for the round of 16. Remember, we started with 32 competitors, 8 groups. The top 2 players from those groups all advance. Players qualified in numerous different ways, many domestic leagues. We saw the FC Pro Open, of course. Yaya goes for another. Maybe the release could have been a little bit earlier. Could have been a low driven. Either way, Stingray's been dominant. He's got the goals that are necessary. The clock's on his side. I think DullenMIKE's playing for respect at this point. We also had 4 competitors, including DullenMIKE, that qualified from the play-ins. That took part, of course, in Riyadh, just days before getting into the group stage. Header on the back post, time green, not able to convert. Maybe an interesting stat, because typically with the play-ins, I would say those players would come in with some favoritism because they'd already had won recently. So with the current patch, the current update, the new player pool, and you've done it on a LAN, and you've done it in Saudi. Cascarino on the pitch, great pick out. Might be offside. I think Mbappe jumps the line. Quite a few unfortunate events for DullenMIKE with some of the finishing, small touches. We always talk so much about the details, but that's because they're important. A lot of space to work with here for Nuno. Looking for more, not able to convert. As we approach the 80th minute, a lot of turnovers in the midfield for DullenMIKE, something that will be in the review room, in the review tape. And what I want to track back on is talking about the play-ins. Usually those guys would be favorites for me. However, in this competition, DullenMIKE is going to be going out in the group stage. PHN eliminated in the group stage. In fact, eliminated in this group stage, so both the play-ins. Corna also eliminated in the group stage. As Stingray's not done. Headphones off. DullenMIKE knows it's wrapped up. Still a successful season for him. He should be very proud to have got to this point. The point being, the only player left from the play-in positions, and he looked immaculate yesterday, at least his second game, Manu Bashor, world champ. That is the only competitor left in the competition from those play-ins. Of course, 4 spots total. But always love a good stat, so we're throwing it out there. I like to see what countries, what leagues are the Pro Open players, even though there are more of them. 8 in total. Are those favorites coming into these competitions? I keep a little spreadsheet. I got everything dialed in. 6-1 for Stingray. Professional performance. Always look better with the tactics. Better offensively. A lot of chances being made. Could have even had more goals, especially in the first half. Good breakdowns. Missed a couple finishes. DullenMIKE, as a recap, if you're just tuning in, hit the post, long distance. We saw a Trivella not go his way, a finesse shot not go his way, but it was always sort of hopeful. And the only goal that he scored was not from the run of play. Might be offsides once again. Just timing ever so slightly off. Scored a corner kick at the end of the first half, which gave a little bit of hope. Talked about maybe a last-ditch lifeline, maybe something that could be shifted. I think Rio's onside. Thinks about the chip. Extra pass made. Just everything clicking again for Stingray. The approach play, the build-up, the counterattacks, the matchups, the in-betweens, the player selections, full cylinder. And a lot of mix-up of different ways to score goals. We've seen these deep releases with the through balls. We've seen first-time through balls, the extra passing, multiple crossing attempts, crossing goals, slower build-up, player locks. Talk so much about versatility and optionality. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Being able to intermix, keep your opposition guessing, while also making smart defensive steps. Remember, Stingray didn't give up a goal in the run of play, and the close opportunities that we're talking about with DullenMIKE were long-distance shots. This sets up nicely. I think Stingray wants to play Johnny just based on hearing what Zach Moore's coach was saying at the beginning of the show, or the top of the show. And that's exactly what he's going to get. Johnny, being the Group E winner, will be his first matchup later today for the round of 16. And DullenMIKE's just kind of holding the ball out here. Everybody knows it's done. It's wrapped. It's scrapped. Again, should still be proud to get to this point. Booking a flight, playing in the play-ins, low percentage. Look at the long-distance effort. They're trading power shots. Low percentage to get through those play-ins. Hundreds of players is where it begins. All kind of betting on their own dime, making the trip out to Saudi. DullenMIKE being one of the 4, but not able to get the job done. Again, difficult group. Losing to Abamaka, beating PH and then losing to Stingray. 7-1 defeat. Might have been a little closer for DullenMIKE, depending on a couple finishes. And even a little more focused towards the end of the game. Once he knew it was done, kind of took his foot off the pedal. Was no longer paying attention, too heavy to the gameplay. But that wraps it up. Congratulations to Stingray. Moving on. Finalizes Group D. Abamaka as the first seed, and then Stingray as the second seed. From here, let's take a view at the highlights around the board. We'll go back to the A stream.
Well, let's head down to Fancy right now as we try and get our heads together. What's just happened there?
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We are back on stage after Fakar just eliminated the world champion of FC Pro. Congratulations, Fakar. That was an amazing match. Yesterday, you lost 10-2 to Vergang, and now you just beat him out of the tournament. How did you do that?
Actually, I have no words to describe my feelings right now. I'm so happy. Yesterday, I lost 10-2, but today, I proved that I deserve to be here. Thank you to all Moroccans that came to support me from all around the world. Thank you so much, and this is just the fucking beginning!
It is the beginning. After what we saw from that match, we know that you can go the distance and you can go deep into the bracket. But, as you already know, the matches are only going to get harder and harder, and the pressure is going to get higher in the round of 16. How do you think are you going to do against your next opponent?
Actually, now I fear no one. I actually beat the world champion last year and #1 in the world now, so it's only a matter of time now, so I must prepare for more and focus on my games, and yeah, I fear no one right now.
Absolutely. I mean, you definitely deserve that confidence, but you know what this means as well. You get to crush the world champion's key. Are you ready to go do that right now?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's go do it right now. And this concludes the journey for Vergang as he leaves the tournament, and his key is about to get crushed by an amazing underdog story, an amazing upset we just witnessed in the group deciders. Fakar, please enjoy this moment.
I'm here with Stingray. Congratulations on that win. I mean, you made it look easy. 7-1. Talk me through that game.
You know, against Dullen, nothing's ever easy. Thankfully, I just took my chances. He had a period where he was hammering me, and then after that, I was lights out.
How do you feel right now then? You're playing Johnny next, which won't be easy, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny's one of the best attackers in the world, and it's never an easy game. I'll be honest, I'm more scared about crushing the key.
You just jumped there when we just heard that one being crushed.
Oh, it's awful. Like, it's just amazing, but the sound gets me every time.
How are you feeling after yesterday? Because, I mean, you had a great first game beating PH Zin, and then it was quite a tricky one, penalty shootout against Abu Maka, with the crowd on his side, I think it's fair to say. How is that for you?
It's amazing always playing in them games. Obviously, the Falcons crowd are amazing. They made noise all game for him. Obviously, not nice to lose, but nah, I'd do anything for the rematch.
And tell us a bit about the drama that we saw afterwards, because, you know, we kind of like to see it. It adds a bit of something, a bit of spice to the game. What actually happened?
No, we need a bit of that. We need a bit of, give and take. I don't know what his perspective on it is, but all I know is I'm all for it.
How did you feel coming into this tournament here in Riyadh then? How's your prep been going?
Honestly, I'm the worst practice player in the world. Ask anyone around it, they'll tell you I am terrible in practice. No one plays me because I'm just that bad in practice, but I always know when I come out here, I do what I do best.
You can perform when it matters.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go and crush your opponent's key? Don't worry, I'll look after you.
Thank you. I'm going to need it. This is the worst part.
He means the best part, obviously. Come on, I'll walk you there. I'm not going to hold your hand whilst the key is crushed, but you will enjoy it. It's fun. This is what the Esports World Cup is all about.
You know what it is? The second that pops, I'm off. I'm running away.
It's running away. Okay, well, enjoy the moment, Stingray. Congratulations.
Two keys just got crushed on stage, and the third one is on the way as Picciotto won his match against his GOAT man. Picciotto, you've been doing great this whole season, but then you had some rocky starts. So how do you feel right now playing in the World Championship?
I play good actually. I'm feeling really good, so let's see.
All right, absolutely. Well, you know what this means as you won an elimination match. This is your first key crush in the EWC. Are you excited to go and do it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, absolutely. Let's go and do it right now as we prep you for the round of 16 match as you just qualified for the next knockout stage. Best of luck to you, and please enjoy this moment.
I'm here with Tex, who just beat Young. Tex, how are you feeling right now? I mean, I just saw you jump out of your skin when that key was being crushed.
Yeah, that key crushing's the scariest thing in the tournament. It's scarier than playing, but nah, I needed that. I said yesterday I refused to lose to the same player twice in a row, so he beat me yesterday. I was like, okay, I'm gonna win this one today. So like the whole game, I was like, okay, I'm gonna win. And yeah, I managed to do so.
You wanted to get a bit of revenge then, did you?
Yeah, not revenge on him, just revenge for myself. Like, I keep getting knocked out early in tournaments, so I want to get revenge come up for myself and just show the people that I'm still capable of making it far in tournaments. But yeah, obviously one more game today, and I'll be looking to win it.
So what does it mean to you then to have won that game on that main stage here in Riyadh? You said just then that you wanted to do it for yourself, so how do you feel right now?
No, I'm happy. Over the last couple of years, obviously you start doubting yourself, like, oh, I'm gonna lose this game, yeah, I'm gonna lose this game, because like, it's become a bit of a habit, so I'm doing everything I can to get out of it, and today's a big start, and hopefully later today, I can kick on and get another win.
Okay, well, we're going to head over and crush your opponent's key. I know you've already crushed one, haven't you? But we know what you can do, Tex. Everyone knows what you can do. It sounds like you need a bit more confidence in yourself. Has this given you the confidence that you can go all the way?
We'll see how my next game goes, and if I do well, then obviously it's giving me confidence, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right, well, enjoy the key crushing.
The old people, like Danny Pitbull is one of the most old people in this area, just won 2 times, and now it's my moment. It's always hard to travel, for example, for the tournament with the school, for example, with the E-Champions League. I know it's a sacrifice and I can do it.
In the grand final, which is 17 years of age, Samu Gamer, your Lega E-Serie A champion.
My parents understand my passion, I think, like 1 year ago. At the start, no, because they see me only in one room without a PlayStation. And after, when I go to the Serie A like a second player, they see me in television. Now they follow me every tournament. If I have to give an advice to a younger player, I want to say, stay hungry, no fear, work every day.
Zlatan.
Anders Vergang is out of the FC Pro World Championship. The best player in the world will not be in the round of 16. A huge shock here in Riyadh at the Esports World Cup. You're looking at the match results on the screen. And wow, there's only one fixture we're going to focus on from the start as I'm joined by Ryan Pessoa and Shells.
I mean, yeah, we got to talk about the first result. Fakir taking down Anders Vergang. No one expected this. I'm still a bit stunned, but wow, what a performance from Fakir. Everyone, he lost 10-2 the day before, but it's just to show the talent in this competition.
20 years old Moroccan player Fakir. If you didn't know him, you know him now, Ryan Fazoa.
Yeah, Shells and I were speaking with Nicole on stage, and I said if this game happened yesterday, I felt like because Anders was sort of in a bit of a flow state against him, I feel like it could have gone a different way. But today it resets. It's a completely different day, and Fakir could have had the night to just reflect, potentially watch more gameplay of Anders and see where he went wrong. And honestly, I felt like Anders did miss a few opportunities in this game. You can see that in these clips as well. That's the goal that he managed to get the equaliser on the 70th minute. But I feel like Fakir had a lot of opportunities where it didn't lead to a shot at goal, but in another day, there could have been 3 or 4 extra goals.
Well, there was one opportunity that Fakir had, and it was the last kick of the game. This is not the clip right now. This was another chance he had with 12 minutes to go. Ryan, you're flinching at that, and so are you, Shells. You probably should have taken it. But here we are with the last kick of the game.
I mean, I was completely stunned when this was going in, but yeah, Fakir had a lot of chances to capitalise, but the last kick of the game, I mean, look at Anna's reaction there. I think we all had the same reaction. We was just a bit stunned, but congratulations to Fakir as well. But yeah, what a story.
What a story, and what a way to announce yourself here at the Esports World Cup. We're looking at the recent results. If you don't know who this man is, he is Mr. Consistent. He is consistently in the top bracket. Well, he hasn't even made it to the round of 16.
Yeah, you can see on the screen where it just showed his first, obviously in the FC Pro Open, winning that event, and then second in the Champions League and of course the virtual Bundesliga. This one just feels, it feels different. I don't even know where to begin. I'm quite speechless because I don't even feel like the biggest Anders critics couldn't have written a storyline like this. This just feels, I don't even know.
He is genuinely speechless. Yeah. I mean, one man who did predict it, who made a statement earlier on in the show, is our very own Richard Buckley. We asked the production team to clip that up. We'll get that clip at some point for you. Here is the bracket, the last 16. We're down to the final 16. Look at Danny Pitbull against Tex, by the way. What a game that is. Danny Pitbull against Tex.
I mean, yeah, Tex is definitely looking to bounce back. It was pretty big result against Young, obviously losing to him around before, but he's up against Danny Pitbull, who's a great player as well, so I'll be excited to see who comes on top on that one.
And once again, there is no Anders Vergang in this. Who's your favourite now, Ryan?
Nicholas,
and that was predicted as well. Listen, it's nearly time to get going once again. Let's head over.
Well, anything can happen, can't it? Anders Vergang eliminated, grouped at the FC Pro World Championship. That's your headline, and we've got more headlines too right here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, coming to you live from the Esports World Cup as part of the grand finals of your FC Pro season for 2025. We're going to find out who's going to be going into that top 16. 8 players confirmed. We've got to find opponents for Abu Maka, Emre Yilmaz, Nicholas and Oberon.
Here we go. The next decider. Welcome back. Day 2, FC Pro World Championship, Esports World Cup. Mike LaBelle on the mic. I didn't know how that was going to come out. We have Palonetto, EMLS champ, going up against Bryce. Bryce is one of the competitors that's looking to make a name for himself. I don't say that to take anything away from him. Just some of the other guys that are in the competition have a little more history, more that we can talk about. They've built up the social followings. We've seen them over a bunch of years. This is his make and break moment, and he's in the position to do so. Let me update you on this group because we have commentated and talked about a bunch of the games. First opportunity, Palonetto across the body, green time finish, not enough. Kanate stays strong. Palonetto played Bryce to start this group. Ooh, hits the post from the corner kick and beat him 8-3. So this is a rematch. And I've been in positions like this as a competitor. I never enjoyed playing someone that I already beat. Just throwing it out there. Almost a curse in some ways. So we'll see if that continues to stay true. Bryce working on the edge of the box. Eric Cantona with a full reset. Might have had an opportunity to do something pretty solid with some of the cutbacks, some player lock. Bad giveaway in the midfield. Messi. It's bumbling around. Matuidi, Eusebio, maybe early nerves here. outside the box. We've seen an uptick on some of these long-distance shots in day 2. Not sure why. They didn't work very well in day 1. Last game, we saw Stingray eliminate DullenMIKE. Dominant performance, 7-1. Again, both competitors, multiple attempts, though from outside the box, long distance. Sometimes you just want to keep your opposition where they're having to pay attention. Anything could be an option. Anything could be possible. I like saying you're trying to keep them honest. But day 1, almost every single goal was working it in. We saw crosses, knockdowns, corners, counters, through balls. Speaking of, Bryce into space. Lucio, maybe not the player you want to have into space. Highly regarded. Enjoy that right back item. Also can play him as a holding mid. But again, in Group G, Palonetto beat Bryce 8-3 and then lost in a back-and-forth matchup against Danny Pitbull, which brought Palonetto back to this point. It took Danny Pitbull extra time to beat Fuma in the opening game. We talked about it. James needs some help. Can he find the assistance? Matuidi, player lock. Eusebio. I like the 1-2s. Looking for space. Out wide, it's there. James finds Lucio. Very patient on the build-up from Bryce. To Messi, got to be a shot. Got to be an attempt. Miss-hit. Mistimed. I think it was just a power shot across the body as well. Seems wasted from all that build-up. Bryce got to this point from the E-Liga qualification spot. Of course, beating Fuma, eliminating Fuma, also qualifying from the E-Liga. Bit of surprise to see Fuma go down early. And especially for someone like Bryce, this tournament will solidify or can solidify his next position, not just contractually, but in terms of being a big stage player, having that pedigree, giving you a lot of confidence, momentum, helps your belief. Every time they interview Tex, something that kind of comes across in those interviews, you might have heard Nicole was, breakthrough. Messi, got to be a finish. Surely a finish. It is from Palonetto. Baits a defender, misstepped, mistimed. Messi doesn't miss from there. Doesn't need to open the body. Trivella on the near post. 1-0. Little touches. 1-2s. Vitinha. And you can just see him trying to bait a defender. It's not the best speed boost, but you get the proper animation. And it's lovely work. Palonetto puts him up 1-0. What I was saying for Bryce, even though that didn't go in his favors, he might have the most to gain out of a lot of the competitors in this competition. If you can get yourself into a bracket stage, if you can make a run, it's now an introduction to you being someone that has to be considered maybe a top 10 player heading into FC 26. From kickoff, Lukaku gone with 2 defensive fullback options. Neither of them are going to be incredible going forward. You got Lucio on one side, Lukaku on the other. Also James, who I've been sort of critical of. Reece James, he's good at a lot, but I don't love him for the final third. I think he's onside. Kane beats the back line. Beautiful finish. What a reply. Instant from Bryce. Well timed. I think everyone touches the ball on the pitch. All 11. Maybe not the goalkeeper, but 10 of the 11. All the outfield players. It started with Lukaku. It swung all the way back across. Lucio tracks back. Both center backs touched it. Messi with the entry pass. Beautifully timed. Harry Kane, definitely the man that you want on the end of the finish. It's kind of a mix between the 3 players for Bryce going forward with Kane, Eusebio, and Messi would be your final third preferred. Does Palonetto have an answer? Palonetto, of course, been face for Atlanta United for many years now. Face of EMLS. Most successful EMLS player. Multiple seasons, multiple wins. LS1s, LS2s, consistency unparalleled. It's been the same when you talk Libertadores, success in South America, success traveling for the international events. We've seen him 1v1s, 2v2s, multiple iterations, installments. In my mind, I usually view Palonetto, I guess it could depend on the year, always a top 10 player. Is he onside? Did he beat the back line? Looks like it. Samu Eto'o slowed down, speed up. I think that he thought he was off. Palonetto would love to have that back. That first touch, if you saw the secondary, was a little slow. Put him in a position, too, where the low driven no longer had the same angle. You now had a player kind of dragging on your hip, which impacts that final finish. Like to have it back. Is he on? Harry Kane. Oh, he is. The release was perfect. Had the angle, maybe could have finessed it, tried to take it around the goalkeeper. 2 missed chances. Vitinha, overlapping run again, Eusebio. Looking for a player lock, gets the entry. Good idea with Samu Eto'o. First touch off the bounce, not quite good enough. Harry Kane, can he make something happen? Wow, does good with that. 1v2, ball roll, gets the angle. Went with like almost a low-driven Trivela. I do wonder if he went in the air with the Trivela, would have had a better chance beating the keeper. 1-2 punch. Look at Hansen out wide, cuts inside. Cantona takes it away. A lot of space on the counter. Eusebio pulls it back with a half drag. Messi, overlapping run. Big switch is on. Thinking about it, goes for the reset. Messi, big step. Again, a lot of space here. Bodies were committed. Important track back from Bryce. Gets the tackle. Much different energy than their initial matchup. Remember, they played earlier in the group stage with Palonetto winning 8-3. An offering for redemption for Bryce. Messi, top of the box. Couple player locks, doesn't use them. Cantona, long distance. Wow! What a Trivela. Talked about the uptick of the long distance shooting. Range certifiable. Absolute moment with the spectacular. He didn't write it up. Might not have been on the script. Talk about long distance, proper. Goalkeeper not moved. Top corner, the best corner. What a finish from Eric Cantona and Bryce. 2-1, 35th minute. And this is why we talk about the importance of Eric Cantona. And he's in so many midfielders, or so many midfield lineups or choices. He can play as an attacking mid. He can play as a center mid in a box-to-box format. He plays a holding mid. He does it all. And he gives you versatility, gives you offensive awareness, still gives you the track back on the defensive end. Does Palonetto have an answer? Messi trying to dribble. Oh, he's getting through. Beautiful, gorgeous. R1 dribbling to the extreme. The technician is being technical. The maestro is maestroing. A little magician as you would expect. And if you're a fan of Palonetto, that is exactly the answer you were hoping for. He's just trying to bait those defenders. They didn't know when to reach, when to go for the challenge. Looked a little nervy, backtracking. It was passive defending from Bryce. Palonetto punishes. You almost have to dictate the pace, defensively and offensively. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but there is that mix-up of pressuring and then letting off. Keep your opposition guessing. Even attacking, slowing down the game, and then speeding it up. We often see slow build-up and then fast in the final third. Onside. Harry Kane, can he finish? Of course he can. Why not? That's the third time that we've seen Bryce hit these either over the top or first time release through balls to Harry Kane. 2 of the 3 have turned into goals. Missed one finish trying to take it around the goalkeeper. Kind of baits Palonetto. The step is there. He triggers the run. First time Messi. Has the incisive pass, of course. Not a problem for through balls. Gives you a little extra emphasis. Uses the low driven. Easy conversion. Big celebrations. Lucio out wide. Good entry pass. Got to go back to Samieto. What a challenge. Was already ready to commentate on the finish. Undoubtedly going to be an equalizer. Gets stuck in, goes for it. High risk, high reward. James. A lot of space. Messi, again, playing in this almost central holding mid where he steps into space. Bit of a floating midfielder. Always his best role. At this point of his career in real life, quite similar. You want him orchestrating. You want him talking through the offense. That final pass, that visionary. But might not have the legs to play full 90s if you have him pushing hard on the defensive end as well. Let him drift. Harry Kane on the ball, speed burst, intercepted. Georgie running out of time. Could be the last attack for Palonetto. Can he get something before halftime? Would be huge for momentum, big for confidence. Couple player locks, can't find the option. Tries to burst through. Well defended, it's cleared away. 3-2 for Bryce. And I'd say deservedly so at this point. Remember, this is an elimination game. The winner will continue their hopes, their dreams of FC Pro World Championship goodness and greatness at the Esports World Cup. Loser goes home a little early, doesn't get out of the group stage. It's the end of their season. I can update everyone on a few results as well as we get into halftime, because we do have some of the final 16 already solidified. It's certified. It's done. It's dusted. We know the matchups. Then we got Gibaros going up against Fakir, who just beat Vergang against the Grain elimination. Danny Pitbull versus Tex. Looking forward to that matchup. Manu Bashor, who was stellar yesterday, going up against Peixoto. Johnny versus Stingray. We obviously saw Stingray in action earlier today. Looked good. Offensively, defensively, game plan was ready. Rocking and rolling. And we have more matches underway. When this finishes, we'll see what's moving and grooving on the A, B, and D streams. So many games. Bryce on the ball from kickoff. Can he take advantage? Eusebio, great patience here from Bryce. Pulling players out of position, should have an opportunity. There's the dump. Harry Kane, big takeaway, big tackle from Nuno Mendes. Palo looking to counter, does not work. It's intercepted. 1-2 punch. James. Messi. Again, needs a little support. Might slow it down. Palo also always known for those overlapping runs with the fullbacks. Good entry pass. Samieto. Bryce drops the defenders. Left space there for a long distance shot. Could play a little bit of a goalkeeper movement. Guess and check. Palo was ready to unleash a long distance shot, but the trajectory looked off. We could rewatch it. We could revisit it. Whatever it was, it definitely was mistimed. I don't think he wanted to shoot from long distance. Harry Kane fumbles around a little bit, gets a release. James will have space to work with. Does he go direct? Goalkeeper movement way too early. That's a mistake from Palonetto. I don't know if we felt the nerves. Bryce converts. We'll watch it back, but this is poorly done from Palo. And especially with how I've kind of talked about Reece James not being that finisher, not being a guarantee. Beautiful work on the counter, player lock, solid first touch, athleticism. Look how early the keeper moves. Way too early. Otherwise, that near post is not open. James would have to go across the body. There's a chance for a deflection, a block, a save. Palo providing an offering. And Bryce giving out those donations. Doubles his lead. And coming into this, you would have said Palonetto, favorite. How could you not? They played earlier, 8-3 yesterday, and Palonetto's favorite. As the favorite. Still plenty of time to work with. Samuel Eto'o, cancellation. Messi trying to work on the edge of the box, not able to do so. I like Bryce's game plan. Coaching staff thus far has put together the right packaging, the right approach, highly patient on the build-up. Cantona, again, dragging players out of position. And what's tough here for Palonetto is that he's going to have to keep taking risk defensively because he needs the ball. A lot of space for the counter, a bit of a 3-on-3. Can you make it count? Player lock, a little bit late on that release. Cantona comes in, 1-2 is nice. Can he finish? Another challenge. Look at Georgie. That's 2 slide tackles in the box. If you don't play a lot of FC, you might not realize the risk involved in some of those last-ditch challenges. Has to be perfect. Not only will you not give it, you give up a penalty kick, you might have a red card. It can be a lose-lose in many of those scenarios. Nuno kind of forces a pass, easily intercepted from Reece James. Reece James having a stellar game, quite the output. Taken away from Nuno Mendes. I never doubt Reece James as a winger in terms of his impact from athleticism and positioning and so forth. Just not usually a goal scorer. Today, or in this game, it's been different. Graham, too early on the release, easily intercepted. 65th minute, plenty of time to make up a 2-goal deficit for Palonetto. That said, I don't think he can afford to concede a third or to have a third goal that he has to make up, just based on where we're at with the clock. So this is kind of those make and break moments. Big step. Harry Kane could have released it down central. Had a couple different player lock looks. James, again, out wide. Really been maximizing James out wide. Early outlet. Messi, a little bit of a heavy touch. Can't afford to do that. What a release. Harry Kane, can he finish? Needs help, support. Going to do another refresher. Great patience here from Bryce. Bryce to Lucio. Oh, what a turn. Messi, top of the box. Oof. Pause been cued from Bryce. He'd like to have that back. It was time green, but the angling, the powering of the bar, the Trivella, that was more the James that I have seen or that we have witnessed throughout this competition. Everything but the finish. Even in this game, I would have loved to see if James could have converted for Bryce's counterattack if Palonetto did not move the goalkeeper. And that's not speaking from a bias of Palonetto and wanting him to make a save in any sort of way. It's more or less to see if James could do it. So we do see Hansen coming onto the pitch. Will be better offensively, better movement than someone like James. Just you need some fresh legs. Not as good on the defensive end. Vieira up front, going to be another shapeshifter item. Vieira is similar to a Rio Ferdinand, who we've seen as usually the more primary choice for that type of build. Big body, quite physical. No call, no show. Midfield, lost possession. Matuidi for Bryce. Shesko out wide. Subs being used everywhere. Fresh legs with Hansen. Can she find help? Looks for it. Saliba intercepts. If Palo's going to make this happen, he needs to go now. It needs to be now. Big step, big risk. Doesn't get it. Hansen finds feet. Oof, that might wrap it up. Bryce with the celebration. Big Vieira off the bench. Finds the entry pass. You see the value of the low driven. We talk about it time and time again. The conversion rate. Never lackluster. Huge mistake here. Steps with, I think it's Nuno Mendes for Palonetto. Way too much space. Has to play a guessing game. Leaves a new angle for Vieira. Big step. Big, powerful step. Pop off from Bryce. He's played a perfect game. You have to credit the Frenchman across the board. The patience, the taking of opportunity, the through balls, the additional wing play, the resurfaces and the recycles when needed, making sure you work it in to get the best opportunity possible. Where you lose the ball is so important at this level. It mitigates counterattacks. Even getting that long shot in the first half, you might have saw a quick replay. Long distance, serious range from Eric Cantona. Trivela. Those are moments that are difficult to predict. I don't know if you can count on them, but when you have something sit up nice for you and you have an instinctive play, you say, this is the time. When it works, it works. Look at Hansen, causing all sorts of problems. Palonetto with an intentional foul, maybe a little bit of a frustration foul, but you see the difference of also having someone that not only has fresh legs out wide, but she's gifted and talented. A little more offensive oriented. The skills, the expression, trickster, quicker turning. Just a little crispier. The ultimate super sub, often brought on if you need more offense. In this case, equally as dangerous as just a phenomenal dribbler. And back to Hansen. Everything has been down this right side of the pitch. As Bryce showing some possession play. Clock might be his best friend. It's also going to be Palonetto's worst enemy. You start to count those minutes. Does he have enough time? Hansen onside, extra pass, Cantona. I'm not sure what he was aiming for. Takes it super early. Maybe it was meant to be an early cross. Does not matter. Palonetto rushes. Can't do that. Alphonso Davies on the pitch. Bryce pinging it around. Back to Hansen again. Speed burst, speed boost. Has options with Vieira if she wants it. Maybe goes a little bit late. Perhaps the biggest critique for Palonetto is he has not been able to get the ball out of the back and get it forward with ease. So many mistakes. Has room on the counter. Isak, also fresh legs. That should be a penalty. It might be even a card. Could be a red card. It's going to be a yellow. I was waiting on that animation. Palonetto has to convert. Quick words from Bryce. Oh! I think the coach had the scouting report. When things aren't going your way, if you're Palonetto, they're just not going your way. Had to score. And again, holding the ball too long from Palonetto. Big win in the midfield. Cantona happy to wait. Releases Hansen. Everything. I mean, every single attack has been down the right side of the pitch. And that's where we talk about tactics, coaching, approaches to the gameplay, taking advantage of matchups. Clearly talked about. They know each other well. They played yesterday. Palonetto was dominant in the game yesterday. Adjustments have been made. Bryce has been almost perfect in this game. It might have been different without some of those challenges in the box, but he went for it. Wasn't nervous, could handle the pressure. Just saved the penalty kick. Might have been his only mistake with tackling. Top of the box, Messi. Finesse shot is green, a lot of power, just puts it wide. Full reset. And that's been the story. Palonetto can't get out of the midfield. Could be on, should be on. Eto'o with the finish, not gonna matter. 89th minute. Could make the final scoreline look a little nicer, but this game's been over. Big takeaway on Hansen, able to go a little more route one, direct play. First time through ball. Sammy Eto'o has plenty of time to finish. But the two takeaways, if you're Palonetto, is the loss of possession in the midfield all the time, constantly, and allowing Bryce down the right side of the pitch. I'm not saying I want to switch with him, but Reece James, for the first 60 minutes and maybe the last 30 with Hansen, they've gotten what they want, or he's gotten what he wanted. It's been on his terms. Takes it back to the goalkeeper. Maybe a clearance away. Bryce will be moving on. So when this group started, Group G, we started with Palonetto, Bryce, Fuma, Danny Pitbull. I think a lot of people would have had Bryce, at least coming into it. The least amount of maybe pedigree or namesake within the community. Comes in, does the job, does the business, dark horses it up, and is moving on. 5-3 for Bryce, upsetting Palonetto in a bit of a revenge affair. They played yesterday, Palonetto being the victor. Well, not today, not when it mattered most. Day 2 of the FC Pro World Championship Esports World Cup. We have the final results of all the games across the board. And we're going to line up, we're going to set up just perfectly for the round of 16. Let's head back to the A stream and get the final highlights.
Piece of silverware to his cabinet.
He'll have to battle up against Obrum for a chance to play on Saturday.
What a game.
What a game.
But we've still got business in the groups to resolve. The last game before we get into our knockout bracket stage. Faku Cohen and Samu Gamer 2-2, and we're going into extra time.
I do believe that Samu's playing a better FC match, if I'm honest. I didn't really like what I saw from Faku on that second half. I think he was doing the same kind of build-up every single time, and Samu was defending it well, so...
And you could say the one time he changed it,
it was a goal.
He scored.
Yeah. I mean, you got to change things up, especially Samu's a great defender. You do the same thing every single time. You want to score goals.
How important is it when you go from 90 minutes, you score late to force extra time? You've got to get that heart rate back down. You've got to reassess that breathing. You have to calm down.
It is massive. I mean, that's why probably Follow told him to take the full pause, because your pulse is way too high, so your mind is not thinking straight. You gotta take at least 60 to 90 seconds to just breathe it in.
That last attack, by the way, from Faku Cohen, all instinct.
Yes, it was.
Instinct took over. He knew it was his last roll of the dice. And he won the jackpot as that's dinked into the box, but Kanate will always be favourite.
I don't know if you've seen the new F1.
I've not.
There is a scene with Brad Pitt just flying on the track. I gotta tell you, sometimes you gotta just
gotta let it fly.
Just stop with the game plan. Just let it fly.
We've got the best players in the world. They're all peacocks, and sometimes you just gotta let them strut their stuff. Let them fly.
Seems like now
the pace has slowed down.
It has, and Samu's not comfortable at all. You can see his game calm. You can see the way he's moving. You can see the way he's breathing, actually.
When Samu Gamer was probably thinking when he shot wide with Messi, Faku Cohen, 90th minute, it's over. And then you see +2. And then you know, I've just given the ball away in the 91st minute. I have to defend here. So much going on mentally in the brain, in those just instinctive moments. As that's dinked over the top, Vieira is onside. Samu Gamer, very, very calm as he goes 3-2 up on the stroke of half-time in extra time.
He knows the job's not done. I mean, it was just a perfect attack, really. He triggered the run with Vieira, went for a pass him to the wing for a first-time lob through ball. It was perfectly controlled by Vieira to make it 3-2, but he knows he has to defend not only the kickoff,
but an entire half. Long ball pass plus, proving its worth there. Perfectly timed. We saw a lot of first time over the top through balls in the game between Anders earlier on today and Fakar, and because the pass wasn't necessarily perfect, the player had to take an extra touch. That one straight into his stride. Vieira one touch out, and then you can focus on what sort of finish you want to put on it.
he doesn't have time to attack. That's 15 minutes left to play for Faku Cohen. Now it's probably gonna take the full pause. You can see him drinking. You can see him talking with his coach Fall as well. Samu seems to be... I don't think he played a really great first half. I think he lost possession too many times, but to be honest, that doesn't count if you just do the perfect attack at the perfect timing, which he did. Yep. But I do feel like in this second half of the extra time, he'll have to play better. Samu, he'll have to keep possession, he'll have to be aggressive with the defenders, and I really like the way he's defending the cutbacks with the Cam, running backwards with Kane. I think he's defending them really great with the second man press as well. Faku has to try to change things up, probably a change of formation into a 4-4-2, maybe try to look for the player locks into this space, because the way he's attacking, I feel like he's building up well. He's attacking good on transitions as well, but when he's looking for those spaces in the last third, just not good enough.
Just to bring you some of those other results while we wait. Palonetto 3, Bryce 5. It was Levi David with a 6-4 victory in his game against Rampazzo. And Giafonso once again beating Resende in the groups to set up a top 16 clash for last year's Esports World Cup champion. As we find out, we have to go from 17 to 16. But who will take the final spot? Faku Cohen or Samu Gamer?
That's a great ball.
Samu has a chance. Is Vieira just in front of the defender there? Slightly rushed.
And now the left back is out of position. Look at Nuno Mendes tracking back the run, but his stamina won't be great now.
Fresh legs off the bench, super important here. There's James, digs over the top, Sesko! Big save!
And now the right back is out of position, so a chance for a counter-attack. Look at Cantona. That's a great player lock.
Eusebio is onside, driving to the byline, cuts it back, it's Messi! But it doesn't matter, because big Scotty McTominay is in the right place at the right time for Samu Gamer.
It's a game of fullbacks. Nuno Mendes, fullback, tracked the run, but Sesko wasn't good enough to finish the chance, and Sesko was high up the pitch. You can see he was lucky with the player lock, of course. Konate tried to get the ball back, but McTominay made it 4-2. Wow.
And that could be game. That could be checkmate. Faku Cohen with everything to do.
I gotta tell you, if we're pointing fingers, Sesko.
Could he have passed that? When he had the chance, he shot. I don't know if there was a pass across.
I don't know if there was a pass. He could have gone maybe for, I don't know, green near post, but I feel like in the Samu's third and fourth goal, Sesko has been
not really good at defending. The positioning has been awful, really, in those 2 chances.
We see where he is now. It's all hands to the pump for Faku Cohen. Inacio is offside. And with every second that ticks by, Samu Gamer is putting one more foot in the top 16.
Now, he doesn't need to rush, really, especially with the passing. Oh, that's beautiful FC right there, Richard.
Eusebio, if he can pick a pass, can write his name in the top 16 and kill this game off. But he just dribbles straight out of play. That's another mistake. And will that one be crucial? I think it could be, because Samu Gamer is not going to give this ball away lightly. He's going to make Faku Cohen work for it, pull plays out of position. And just slowly but surely see that clock drain. It has to be perfect FC here.
It really has to be.
And that's not how you do it. What a game. For Samu Gamer and Faku Cohen, it's a display worthy of a World Championship here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Part of the Esports World Cup and the FC Pro World Championship.
I'm just having a look now at Sesko's stats. 84 composure, 85 balance. It's just not good enough.
And that's it. Congratulations to Samu Gamer. Torino have got representation in the top 16. Faku Cohen's double award championship season comes to a close at the hands of the youngster Samu Gamer, who looks exhausted on the main stage, Graf.
Well, he has to play another game, round of 16 today, so I mean, if he's exhausted, he should try to look for energy somewhere, because the job's not done yet.
We are going to go down to the stage very shortly. You can see Fancy just getting Samu over, because in moments like these, you want to celebrate with the crowd, you want to celebrate with the fans. However, you've also got business to attend to. There is 4 keys to crush, as Fancy is joined by Samu Gamer now.
Auguri di nuovo. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Back on stage after Samu Gamer just qualified to the round of 16, as he's now one of the top 16 players around the world. And keep one thing in mind, he is still 17 years old, one of the youngest players to ever play on this stage in the FC Pro World Championship. Samu Gamer, how do you block all the noise and stay focused on this match, especially that you have such a big crowd right now?
Come hai fatto per bloccare tutto il suono di fuori, speciale con tutta quella tribuna che c'è?
Come ho fatto?
Per bloccare tutto il suono di fuori, tutto il buio.
I just focus on my game. I don't hear anyone, only my coach, and it was good. I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you hear what they're chanting right now. They're chanting DullenMIKE, because that's your next opponent in the round of 16. What do you want to say to them right now?
I respect DullenMIKE, and who follow DullenMIKE, I don't want to do anything.
All right, well, best of luck. It's going to be an exciting match, but right now you get to crush your opponent's key. So please come with me to the key crusher as we gear up for the round of 16. More slots are being filled out. Just a few remain. And now it's Samu Gamer's moment to crush his opponent's key.
I'm here with Bryce. Congratulations on that win. How do you feel?
Thank you. I feel good, of course. Yesterday was a hard day for me because I was bad. I lose against Palonetto yesterday, and now I beat him. I am happy about that. And of course, GG to him. He's a really great player. And yeah, I am happy to be in the knockout, but now I want to go more.
You face Nicholas next. How are you feeling going into that game? Because we all know how good Nicholas is.
Yeah, of course, it's a dream for me to play Nicolas in the World Cup. But yeah, I am here to beat him and to win every game. Then I will give everything for that.
We just saw Anders Vergang get knocked out, though, by Fakar. Does that make you feel more confident that you can beat a favourite like Nicholas as well?
Yeah, but for me it's the same. Even without this game, I think if I play at my best, I can do something good, and I will need this win.
What does it mean to you to be here in Riyadh at a world championship? It must feel so special.
Yeah, of course. This means a lot of things. For me, he's maybe the GOAT of the FC player. And yeah, of course, it's really my goal to beat him now.
Should we go and crush your opponent's key? I know you did this yesterday. I think you enjoyed it.
No, yesterday I don't enjoy because it was my friend. But yeah, we will do.
Well, you've got a smile on your face now, so I will let you crush your opponent's key.
A huge win in the group decider match. You are now one of the top 16 players from around the world. So just tell me, how do you feel? What does it mean to you to be part of the best of the best?
Obviously, top 16 is good, but we're looking for more. Gonna get a really tough matchup right now in Emre, another teammate. Seems to be a crazy coincidence. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm feeling confident, and yeah, just buzzing to play the next game.
Absolutely. I mean, do you think it's an advantage that you're playing against a teammate that you know that his play style and you know how he thinks about the game?
We know each other quite well. I think we've played over 50 games this year against each other, so it should be an advantage for both. So on the other side, also a disadvantage for both. I think it's in my favor that I already played one game, so I warmed up a bit. Although there's still 2 hours that we have to wait. I'm just looking forward to it. Emre is one of the best, if not the best player in the world. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen.
Absolutely, you're one of the best 16 players around the world. You said it yourself, but now that you won an elimination match, you get to crush your opponent's key. So let's go and do that right now as you head into your next match. Yes, it's against your teammate, but it's going to be an exciting one nonetheless. So please enjoy this moment and crush your opponent's key.
I'm here with Jafonzo. Jafonzo, a big win on the stage just now against Resende, who is a quality player. Talk me through that game.
Yeah, I think it was the best game I played during the group stage. I felt confidence. I was playing really well. So yeah, hope to keep the momentum.
You won it all here at the Esports World Cup in Riyadh last year. Firstly, what did that mean to you, and what would it mean to do it all again this time?
Yeah, it will mean a lot. Nobody did a back-to-back, so yeah, I'm still here. Let's try to do it, but it will mean a lot.
How are you feeling ahead of your next game?
Yeah, I know I'll play Obrun. He's playing really well, but yeah, let's see.
What is it like for you to be back here in Riyadh, though? Because it must bring back such fond memories.
Yeah, I have really good memories from last year. and also from the Saudi fans. So yeah, this year I hope to win again. And yeah, with this amazing crowd, let's go.
Oh, I love that. They are cheering you on. But walk with me, Jafonso, because you are now going to crush your opponent's key. Are you ready? This is what we love to see here at the Esports World Cup. Enjoy the moment, Jafonso.
This land is calling.